What's up, family? Get this video a big thumbs up if you get some value from this video. So we're just here to have a conversation as I let off my thoughts, comments, and perspective. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. So the United States has faced significant cultural and societal shifts over the years due to immigration, right? You know, that's the hot topic right now. And this isn't a new phenomenon, but it has intensified, especially over the last few years. Um, but infiltrated, and when I say infiltrated, I mean there's been a gradual erosion of traditional American norms, and you can see it reflected in elections with the influence of certain groups. Many individuals, including first generation immigrants, whether Haitian, Venezuelan, Guatemalan, or from elsewhere, arrive in the United States and over time develop a sense of entitlement. But before I get deeper into it, I just want to preface the conversation with that. But let's dive into the video.
Good afternoon. Dana Shkumbova, Chief Education Officer for Chicago Public Schools. Earlier today, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents showed up at Hemline Elementary School. School staff followed CPS established protocols. They kept ICE agents outside of the school and contacted CPS's law department and CPS's Office of Safety and Security for further guidance. The ICE agents were not allowed into the school and were not permitted to speak to any students or staff members. Here is the bottom line. Our students and staff are safe. Our protocols were followed. We are very thankful for our school staff for following established district protocol.
All right. Some of these individuals or even their families who entered the country illegally begin to challenge the foundational culture of what American used to represent. And they bring their own customs and ideologies with them, which isn't inherently bad. But over time, some lost respect for the traditional values that once defined America. And this disconnect often leads to animosity towards those who wish to preserve those values, typically people on the right, Republicans who advocate for upholding American norms. And what happens is that some of these individuals feel entitled to operate however they see fit, right? And I'm talking about entitlement and cultural disconnect. And even if their families initially came here illegally, they may speak their own languages, send money abroad, or even rely heavily on taxpayer funded resources. From their perspective, they believe they're justifying their stance rooted in the cultural lens they were raised in, basically, right? And however, what we're seeing now is that American culture isn't what it used to be. And the political landscape, particularly among Democrats, has shifted far from when it was in the 80s and the 90s. And over time, this entitlement has grown. And for many, their illegal status has become normalized. They've been here so long that they convinced themselves they no longer have to answer for how they came here in the first place. But it just blows my mind with that. But I want to know what you guys take. Do you guys feel as though there's an entitlement along with the American culture disconnect in which the American culture has been in the first place, and a disconnect with individuals coming over here illegally feel so entitled that they don't care about the American culture and how it was founded on in the first place, because they only care about their entitlement and what they are owed based on their ideologies they came and brought over here in America from their culture. Comment down below. I'm curious to get you guys' perspective. Let's continue to watch the video.
We want to remind families and staff that CPS will continue to protect our students and their families. In alignment with the Illinois Trust Act and Chicago's Welcoming City Ordinance, CPS does not ask for our family's immigration status. We will not coordinate with immigration and custom enforcement, does not share student records with ICE, except in the rare case where there is a court order or consent from a parent or a guardian. We will not allow ICE agents access to CPS facilities unless they produce a criminal judicial warrant signed by a federal judge. And we will not admit ICE agents into our school based upon an administrative warrant an ICE detainer, or other document issued by an agency enforcing civil immigration laws.
Mm.
Again, our protocols were followed. Our students and staff are safe, and we are very thankful to our school leaders, to our staff for sticking to the protocols. We are coordinating with our labor partners, and we also want to thank all our community partners who are so diligently working in the community to keep everyone safe. I also want to acknowledge that our labor partners, some of them Chicago Teachers Union leadership, is also here today to offer support. Now I want to turn it over to our principal.
Before we get to the principal, now this mindset here that you guys seen displayed has created resistance, whenever accountability is brought to the forefront. Um, ICE agents, for example, are tasked with ensuring that those here illegally and those who committed serious crimes are held responsible. But in cities like Chicago and in other blue states, you see policies that obstruct these efforts, making it harder to address illegal immigration effectively. But here's the truth: if someone's parent came here illegally and broke the law, it doesn't mean they get a free pass. Accountability has to happen, and families don't have to be separated. Everyone could go together and rediscover their roots. Perhaps it's a chance to reconnect with their culture and find clarity about where they came from. And if someone isn't willing to respect American laws, values, and standards, then maybe it's time to revisit where they came from. That's not to say people can't adapt or integrate, but the expectation should always be to respect the laws and principles that make America what it is, right? I think it's common sense. Comment down below how you guys feel about it. However, let's see what the principal got to say.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Natasha Ortega, Natashaortega, and I'm the proud principal here at Hamline Elementary School. Today, at approximately 11:15 a.m., we did have ICE agents come to our school building. Our security and clerk team followed the protocols that we've been trained and practiced and have discussed. And due to that, we were able to ensure the safety of our school and all of our students. I am very grateful to all of our Hamline staff here for upholding all of our protocols and ensuring the safety of our students. We will not open our doors for ICE, and we are here to protect our children and make sure they have access to an excellent education. We stand in solidarity with our families and the back of the yards.
Well, here's the issue. Some individuals who have entered the U.S. illegally have been indoctrinated to believe they can live here, break the law, and still have unrestricted rights. And it's a mindset that's deeply flawed. But what's worse, they are actively being protected, right? But here's the reality: time is on our side. All it takes is one mistake, one moment where they slip up, and accountability will follow. At the end of the day, you can't outrun the law forever. And what's frustrating is that many of these people advocating for this agenda don't seem like they're aligned with American values. They don't reflect what the country is supposed to be represent, and inherently, a lot of them have been compromised. Okay, and let her
Good
speak.
afternoon. My name is Fanny Diego Alvarez, and I am the Chief Officer of the Office of Family and Community Development. I'm here to reiterate that our schools are safe spaces, as proven by today. Our protocols work, and our principals, teachers, school staff, security officers, clerks, they are doing the work that they are set to do, which is keep our students and staff safe. And today is the perfect example. Additionally, we are working tirelessly with our partners across the city and in back of the yards. So as soon as we heard of this, we contacted our partners, and many of our partners showed up immediately. They're here now. Some of them are actually around the neighborhood, checking in on other schools, checking in on community centers and other spaces where families gather. We wanted to reiterate that our neighborhoods are themselves safe by working together, and that we, CPS, is also working together with those community organizations. We also have staff that is set up in this network that responded immediately. One of them is here, Maria Munoz, and other staff throughout our district that is working tirelessly to keep our students safe. But I do want to say that like our schools are the safest space for students to be at, and so we wanted to families. You will see right here that you have a countless amount of people and community members that are here because they care, and they're going to continue to keep our schools safe. And that's the way that we're going to be handling every situation. I will also emphasize that our Know Your Rights trainings are happening right now. If you go to our website, cps.edu, new admin guidance, you will see at least 25 offerings across the school district, and in partnership with our CBOs and Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. And we actually hosted a Know Your Rights session just down the street last week where 110 parents showed up. And we will continue to inform our parents about their constitutional rights and their rights afforded as Illinois residents and Chicago residents with the Welcoming City Ordinance and the Illinois Trust Act. We continue to work tirelessly also with the Office of Immigrant, Migrant, and Refugee Rights at the Mayor's Office and other partners.
Thank you all for coming. That's all.
Well, there you have it, folks. But what I want to say is, and I'll point this out, right? I'll point this out. The truth is, you can delay it, you can try to avoid it, but the inevitable will happen. And people need to understand they cannot and will not continue to skirt the law. And they cannot keep operating outside the boundaries of what's right. And it's essential to enforce the law properly and ensure that everything is done in order. Even figures like Trump and Tom Homan, the border czar, who Donald Trump put in leadership role to make sure that he ensured the border is safe and put things in place to operate things, have emphasized this point: no school is safe and no church is safe. There are no true safe havens for people breaking the law and operating illegally. And justice will find its way. And that's why I'm so glad we have leadership right now. And a president who's standing firm and refusing to give in to the left's extreme agenda. And it's refreshing to see someone holding the line and not wavering even a little bit. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective on this. On that note, family, peace.